Hi guys, we're going to learn how to draw this picture today, and we're going to use it for the Scott Diamond project, but you can use this method for any picture that you want to draw. Say you find a picture in the newspaper, like a cartoon, or you find just a picture you'd like to try to draw. Um, and the way this works, you can blow a picture up, or you can shrink it down um, just by the size of the paper you have. And it's super easy. And all you have to remember is half, 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 half. Really. And here's what I mean. I'm going to use this picture to demonstrate. And I'm going to use I've laminated this paper so different classes can use this. But all I'm going to do is with my dry erase marker, I'm going to draw a grid over top. And all I'm going to do is, and I'm going to work inside the picture. I'm not drawing the white area, just inside the picture. So when I do it, I'm going to make a line halfway through horizontally, and then I'm going to make a line halfway through vertically. And if it's not a perfect line, it's fine. It doesn't matter because it will be, when you draw it, it will all come back together the same way anyway. So it's one of those things you just got to kind of do the first time and then it makes sense. And when we did your Georgia O'Keeffe picture, we just did 4 squares like this. But I'm going to break this one down because it's a little more detailed. And you may have pictures that you find that have more details that you want to see easier in the different grid areas. Okay. So again, I'm just going to cut this in half, cut this in half. Then I'm going to cut this side in half, and then this side in half. And even though my lines are a little curvy, it's okay. Don't worry about it. So now I'm done with that part. So I put my marker off to the side, and here's my piece of paper that I'm going to work horizontally because my picture is horizontal. Okay. If it was vertical, I would work vertically, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a line that goes across horizontally halfway, and then halfway vertically, and then halfway this way again, halfway, halfway, halfway. Okay, so I have a grid there that's very light. You're going to erase these later. You do not want to keep the grid when you start to add your color because you don't want to see the grid. You just want to see the picture, right? Right. Okay. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to just start working in each section, and I'm just going to do the contour, the outline of the picture first, because then it'll be easier to add all the details later. So I see in this picture that this rock ledge that's above starts about a little way less than half. So right here I'm going to just do this, and I'm going to kind of follow with my eyes. I'm looking at the picture and I'm kind of drawing at the same time. And it comes through the line right here, right about here. So I just keep going, comes across, comes down, comes out, comes down around, comes over, down to there. Now all this stuff up here, I'll fill that in later. I'm not worried about that yet. That's the one thing when you draw, it's easier to do a piece at a time and sections at a time because then you don't get so confused. Because you're looking at all this stuff at one time, it gets overwhelming. This is a nice way to break it down so it's in a smaller piece by piece. So, and it ends up going through this side right about here. So I'll just kind of connect the two. All right. And then as it comes through here, it drops down a little bit. And it kind of goes like this. And it goes off the paper over here. Okay. So now I've done this rock ledge. Now I'll just keep going using the same idea for the whole rest of the picture. Okay. So I'll take it, and right about here there's this little triangular shape right here. Okay, if it's not perfect, that's okay. And because it's a nature picture, it's going to look a little different. The only thing I am going to do is put this corner in, so I know I come right to this corner, right where that one is, because then I can just kind of fill in between, and I just kind of make it all fit together. Back off in the distance, there's this plateau. Okay, the plateau is like a flat kind of mountain looking thing. Okay, and there's one here, a skinnier one. So I'm just drawing the shapes, that's all. Alright, and you can see from the example the finished version with the erased lines. And then the next step will be to add the color. Okay, so let's get going.